Well, now to the interview of the day, keeping with that conversation, of course, the fact that a lot of businesses spend a lot of money on benefits, looking after people's health, giving you health insurance, paying up for you when you're in hospital. They also incur costs in terms of reduced working hours when employees fall sick, or indeed when there is reduced productivity, especially because people are not performing at their optimum. So what exactly then do these businesses have to do to ensure that employees are performing at their best and are healthy? Well, to answer that question with us in studio is Dr. Esther Dindi. She is a physician and indeed a wellness specialist, and now is here to talk to us. Karibu, Daktari. Now, first off from me, the fact that a lot of Kenyans have not been able to achieve the work-life balance. What does one have to do to ensure that this becomes a lifestyle and indeed not something that you will chase like a holy grail?
Yes, actually, one thing we can't run away from at the workplace is that a healthy worker is a more productive person. And like we say in matters health, that being healthy is not just the absence of disease, but being healthy socially, emotionally, and physically. And so it's very important even at the workplace. Now that most of us are spending more than 40 hours per week at the workplace, then we have to focus in that area and see how we can throw in physical activity and how people get health talks and eat healthy, you know, be informed of all this at the workplace. Because a healthy worker helps the, you know, the owners of the company, the corporate people actually improve on their bottom line. Yes, so it's something we cannot run away from. Corporate wellness is the way to go.
Well, Dr. Dindi, the fact of the matter is a lot of people, especially with those 40 hours a week that you've talked about, they are putting as much as 12 hours a day, seated in the same spot, staring at a computer screen, or even worse. So what then exactly can such people proactively do to ensure that they get the desired amount of exercise indeed? Because current problems, things like back pain, strained eyesight, those sorts of things will all grow to hit you when you're much older.
Actually, it's very true, just like you stated, that in the workplace, we spend most of the time seated. You know, with the upcoming of technology, we've replaced so many of the things that we do manually with many gadgets. So we are seated behind screens. And therefore, we have to be very proactive in getting ways to ensure that we are moving more. There are various mechanisms that the workplace environment can be improved, such as, you know, creating breaks whereby people have to arise from the, you know, computers and actually get moving, or even have business meetings whereby you walk around, create stairs and ensure that people are using them. There's always something that can be done to ensure that we are living healthy, even within the workplace. There are many other mechanisms, including, you know, gym memberships that the companies can work on at subsidized rates for the workers. Because if you care about your workers, they're going to feel it and they're going to be more productive, and you'll have a less turnover rate of your manpower.
Mm-hmm. Doctor, the fact of the matter is, again, that today we have a whole host of lifestyle diseases that usually would have been reserved for either the very elderly or were used to be heard of just in the western parts of the world. But today they're here with us. These are diabetes, we have gout, we have cardiac conditions that should be geriatric conditions, but are being seen at people who are very young, 20s and 30s. Going forward, what can people do proactively to ensure that they exercise and eat properly, especially in view of, well, the sort of situations where we are now consuming fast food, but you're locked to your workplace, that sort of thing? Where is the balance here?
Actually, the truth of the matter is that a healthy lifestyle cannot be overemphasized. Actually, that's why I set out, I love to educate people that it's very important to realize that we have to be proactive when it comes to a healthy lifestyle. And yes, it's true that lifestyle diseases are on the rise: type 2 diabetes, hypertension, you know, cardiac disease, obesity per se, kidney disease, and other things that are as a result of complication to lifestyle diseases. And yes, what do we need to do? We actually need to increase on our physical activity. And what does that mean? You have to look at it in a very simple way. Keep moving. Even at the workplace, even as you work on your computer, you can actually just stand up, sit down several times as you do that. You can walk about, you know, you can actually reach out to your workmate without, of course, you know, taking away work time, but get an excuse and keep walking some more, because there's something we're now calling the sitting disease. So we need to arise some more and exercise some more. Besides that, what we take in is very important. Of course, we are at an era whereby we are consuming a lot of of processed foods. This is something we must cut away from. And when we look at it in the corporate arena, there are ways in which the workplace can be made to be more healthy. For instance, by providing healthy snacks. Because the truth of the matter is that when one is hungry, they're likely to reach out to that which is available. So if you have a cafe that's probably, availing more wholesome foods that are minimally processed, cutting out on sugary drinks and such like things at the workplace, that is actually going to be beneficial. So creating avenues to ensure that we are walking some more, we are exercising, and just being physically active, even within the workplace where we are spending most of our time, and ensuring that there's accessible, healthy foods, it's actually going to go a long way in helping in the healthy lifestyle.
In closing, Dr. Arian, maybe very quickly, because you look quite toned and vivacious yourself, maybe you can take us through what a typical day for you would look like, and something that we can all aspire to try and build around our days in a nutshell.
Okay, thank you so much for the compliment. The truth of the matter is that I preach water and drink water, or rather I preach, I practice that which I preach. I am a mother of 3 children, so there's no excuse that you let yourself go when you become a mother. So on a typical day when I wake up, I eat wholesome food. In that case, if you're talking about bread, I'll go for the whole bread, but I hardly ever do bread. So I tend to do sweet potatoes, arrowroots, or even leftover food from the previous night. Ensure that I throw in some protein for my breakfast, maybe a boiled egg or whatever else is available in the house, including even legumes like lentils, ndengus, and beans. That is just making it practical, making it real, and ensuring that I'm not spiking my sugars that much. I don't do lots of sugar and honey and that kind of stuff. And yes, I ensure that I am very active. I play with my children. I walk about the house. I'm involved in how the cooking goes on in the house. And besides that, I am very active. I actually throw in exercise. I tone up. The whole body, strengthening the muscle, which is also recommended by the World Health Organization, that we actually work our major muscle groups at least 2 times of the week. So I work out inside the house. There's no excuse. You can go to the gym. If you cannot afford that or you don't have the time, exercise within your house. You only need the willpower. You just need to decide within yourself that you're going to do something and do it. I have been doing it. I am walking the talk. I'm encouraging other people to do the same. Kenyans, join me. Let's just be active and keep those lifestyle diseases at bay.
Indeed, thank you very much. There being Dr. Esther Dindi. She's an expert on wellness and well-being. She is a medical doctor, but her expertise around, of course, wellness and indeed wellness at the workplace. Someone you can reach out to create a wellness and indeed a good lifestyle around yourself. She's, of course, on Twitter at Dr. Fitness KE and on other platforms like Facebook and Instagram, so you can do a bit of your own research. Now, moving on.